Hi there. Today we will be going over how to use PACTWare to record radar and TDR signal waveforms. This demonstration will be taking recordings from Drexelbrooks DR7100 guided wave radar. We will go over how to record waveforms and save them to a file and show you how to open and view them. This can be especially useful when troubleshooting a TDR or an open-air radar in the field. Now, I already have PACTWare open and connected to my DR7100. If you are not yet familiar with how to navigate PACTWare, please be sure to check out our tutorial on how to use PACTWare. Before we begin, you'll want to make sure that you're logged into your unit as supervisor. To do this, go to Options, Login. Make sure this drop-down is set to Supervisor, and you're going to want to enter your password. This password can be found in your user manual. For this particular unit, the password is F9, F10, F11, F12, F9, F10. It'll go back to its main screen, and I'm now logged in. To get to your waveforms, go to Device at the top, click, go down to Measured Value, and go over to View Graphs. Once you have this screen open, you'll want to go to Graphs, Non-Trend Graphs, then over to Oscilloscope. Once you click that, the screen will change and you'll notice that Oscilloscope is now checked in that menu. Once you see this screen, you'll want to maximize the screen. You'll see a couple different options. Next, go to Axis in the menu. You want to select Distance. Next, you'll want to check Oscilloscope. And now you're recording. The stop button is located down here. You'll also notice that there's a data block counter. It started off at 1 and it'll keep going for as long as you let it record. Typically we like to see at least 10 blocks of data, or in other words 20 to 30 minutes of recording. So we're going to let this record for about 30 minutes and then come back and save the file. For the sake of this presentation, we're going to fast forward through this. Okay, so we've now recorded for about 30 minutes or so, and we've gotten a waveform out of our transmitter. So now what we're going to do is hit stop, and when we do, PACTWare will prompt us to save the waveform. So I'm just going to call this DR7100 test. And it'll save it as an RCF file. I'll save this on my desktop. Hit save, and I can close out of this particular window. Right click on the tab and hit close. And you've successfully recorded your waveform. That waveform is now saved on my desktop as a file. I can email this to a service technician. I can review it at a later time as well. Now, if we wanted to review this, let's say we received this from a customer or another person and we wanted to review the waveform, we can use PACTWare to open up a waveform, but before you do that, you have to disconnect from the unit that you're currently connected to. PACTWare does not have the ability to connect to a field instrument and view waveforms at the same time. So the first step you're going to want to do is right-click on your device in the Projects pane and disconnect. Once you disconnect, we are going to go back up to Device, go to Measured Value, and then go back to View Graphs. Once we're back at this screen, we're going to go to File, Open our test file. Once that's open, you go back to Graphs, Non-Trend Graphs, Oscilloscope, maximize this screen, check Oscilloscope, go to Axis, and hit Distance, and then hit Play. Once you've hit play, you'll be able to see the waveform that we just saved earlier. And that's all there is to it. We've hoped you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching.